guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Tori Lynn. Let's blossom today. So today had planned on kind of being it's Christmas morning. And today had kind of planned on being a live video actually, but I didn't do my research ahead of time, and I found out in the middle of me setting up to do this live that you have to have 1,000 subscribers and all these other things, so I can't do a live. So I'm just gonna kind of sit down and do a little chit chat, get ready with me, unedited Christmas edition. So anyways, I am just sitting down to get ready, and I'm going to, a lot of my products today are products I got for Christmas. I've actually already left the house and did Christmas with my husband's family this morning, and then we came back home, and now I'm getting ready, and then we're gonna go do Christmas with my family, and I am running on like 3.5 hours of sleep, so I'm super tired, and I am ready for Christmas. And Merry Christmas, guys. I'm so glad that it's Christmas. Like, I'm probably gonna jabber on a lot and say stuff that doesn't make any sense because I'm so freaking tired. But anyways, let's do this. So I'm starting my skin off with a brand new product I got from my husband. This is the Dr. Brandt, which I really, really like this brand. Their Hyaluronic facial cream. It's actually kind of a pretty little package here. I like the blue lid. And it's got like a little plastic cappy-do in it. So I'm just going to use, I don't know how much of this I'm supposed to use. Didn't even actually read the instructions, to be honest. See, I don't even know how to talk today. Honest. See, apply to clean skin AM and PM. So I don't have anything on my skin. I'd say that's probably plenty, right? This stuff seems pretty thick. It's very cold. Wow. Just gonna rub that in. Hopefully my lighting is okay. I know you guys are a little closer than usual, and that is because I got new lighting and kind of rearranged some stuff. And I was going to do a live, and so I was like hurrying to get everything done and set up and ready, and yeah. Anyways, all things fell through, so here we are. Merry Christmas, guys. But I did pull up a Christmas tag. I know people were kind of doing some Christmas tag questions in some of their videos and stuff, and so I thought, oh, that would be fun to do on the live. So instead of asking you guys these questions and answering them with you, I'm just going to answer them on my own. So the first question is, how do you celebrate Christmas? Well, I usually celebrate Christmas with my family. In the morning, see, this is hard. I'm so used to editing all this, like, space out. This is weird. Anyways, in the morning, usually my husband and I get up, and a lot of times now, I guess we go and we do Christmas with his family in the morning if he's not working. And then we go and do it with his family, and then after his family, we go and do it with my family. So I'm going to use for foundation the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I'm just using a wet beauty sponge. And now we're usually at my family's house pretty much till the late evening. And we usually play games and stuff in the evening. So we usually just pretty much spend the whole day at those two houses, those two places. And that's how I spent Christmas when we were younger, when I was younger and I wasn't married. Of course, I would get up and spend Christmas with my parents at my house, and we would meet usually in the early afternoon, like noon or maybe like one at my aunt's house, or sometimes people would come to my parents' house. It just kind of depended on where the meeting place was for the year, and then everybody would get together and do our gifts and stuff. But we pretty much stick to the same plan, but we just throw in my husband's family in the morning now. So pretty much spend the Christmas the same way. How are you spending this Christmas? The same way. Like I said, we got up this morning, got up at 6:40 this morning, and got ready, just did my normal morning routine, brushed my teeth, you know, put my contacts in, got dressed, all that good stuff, and went to their house. I didn't even do makeup or anything. Went to their house. We got there about 8, and was there until about 11:30. Then came home, started setting up for the live. Got stressed out because I couldn't do the live, and then didn't know what to do. And I decided, no, we're just gonna do an unedited chit chat, get ready with me. So here we are. And then we have to be at my aunt's house at between 2:30 and 3, I believe. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape, as I just showed you guys. This is in the shade Porcelain Beige. It's my favorite concealer of all time. And I'm going like a full meal deal here with concealer. I'm doing the smile lines, doing the creases of my nose, doing all of it. And I was going to use that same beauty blender to blend it out. And then, yeah, we'll probably be at my aunt's house until fairly late this evening, probably 6, 7, 8 o'clock. We're going to be eating lunch/dinner there, and we're going to have hot turkey sandwiches instead of like the normal turkey or ham dinner. A lot of times we do prime rib. A lot of times we do prime rib actually, but this year, or we've done tacos a lot in the past. But this year we're doing hot turkey sandwiches and potatoes, and can't remember what else is on the list, but maybe stuffing. I think I'm supposed to take a box of stovetop stuffing, I think. I was like, I got this left over from Thanksgiving I could throw in. So anyways, we're doing that. Just our usual Christmas, same as always. Let's see, question number 3. How good are you? Oh, are you good at buying gifts for others? I feel like yes. I feel like I put a lot of thought into gifts for other people. I always like buying gifts for people that they don't know they want, if that makes sense, or they didn't. No, I guess that's not the right wording for it. I like buying gifts that they're not asking for. Like, I like finding things that I'm like, oh my gosh, they would love this, but it's not necessarily on their list. But I also like if people have a list. I'm always really bad at like buying everything on the list. Like, I want to make sure they have a good Christmas, you know? So I think I'm pretty good at buying gifts for people. If they don't have a list, I usually put a lot of thought into it. I always want everyone to have a lot of gifts. Which can make gift giving, not that I'm like a, like, poor sport, if that makes sense. I'm not a materialistic person, but sometimes, you know, people are not always the best at gift giving, and so when you put a lot of effort into giving gifts and then somebody gives you a gift and you're like, oh, like they went into their closet and pulled something out that they had gotten and didn't want, you know, that always kind of sucks when you're like, I really put thought into this, and then yeah, they didn't. It has happened. I'm sure we've all gotten those gifts before. So let's see. That's the next question. I am also, well, forgot to tell you guys, I am baking using my Coty Translucent Airspun Powder. This is just my favorite setting powder. I've been using this for quite a few years now, and I just can't quit. Let's see, next question. What's your most memorable Christmas memory? That's a hard one. I have a lot of Christmas memories. I feel like my most memorable one, though, that's a hard question. I'm going to do my brows while I'm thinking about that. My most memorable one, I feel like I remember years ago, I was in elementary school, like very, very young elementary school. And I always had a tree in my room for, I don't know, for as long as I can remember. I've always put a tree up in my room when I lived at home. I haven't put a tree up in my room since I moved out. But I always had a tree. I had one that was probably like 3 or 4 foot tall. And then I moved to one that was like 5 or 5.5 foot tall later on. But I had this tree in my room that had colored lights on it. And I remember after Christmas one morning, we got up and with my parents, and we got up and we opened presents and went back to bed because I was one of those kids that would get up super freaking early, wake my parents up at like 2 or 3 in the morning because it was after midnight. Santa had come, right? So I would get up super early, wake my parents up, and I remember going and laying back down. We like went and laid back down for a nap because everyone was tired. And it was still like dark outside. And maybe I'm mixing memories in my head now because this would make sense. Either way, anyways, I remember laying in my bed with those lights on. I was really young. I remember laying in bed with the tree lights on, and the tree was between me and the door, and the lights were on, and I remember seeing something red, and it moved, and I like convinced myself that I had seen Santa. And like I was so excited. I remember telling my parents later that I had seen Santa. I had woke up and I had seen Santa. So we must not have like gotten up, maybe because maybe we didn't get up and open presents at that point. Maybe my parents had sent me back to bed because there were lots of Christmases where they had sent me back to my room and told me to go back to sleep and like not come back until like 6 a.m. or something because of course they were exhausted. They stayed up until after I went to bed to put the gifts up. You know, they were tired. So it very well could have been that they had sent me back to bed at that point. And that's why I felt like we had gotten up and done gifts, and it really wasn't that. Like I said, I was really young, but for some reason I remember waking up and the tree lights were on and seeing something red and by the doorway and feeling like I had seen Santa and like convincing myself and convincing others that I had seen Santa Claus. All right. Question number 5. How did you spend last Christmas? Last Christmas, my husband worked, so I actually vlogged it. That was my very first vlog ever on my channel. If you guys want to go check it out, I will link it down below. But it was my very first vlog ever. So what did I do? I think I got up in the morning pretty darn early because my husband had to be to work super early. But I got up really early and threw, I think we did Mexican food. So I threw chicken taquito stuff in the crock pot. It's a crock pot taquito recipe where you throw your chicken, your cream cheese, your taco seasoning, water, and cheese, like shredded cheddar cheese in the crock pot, and you let it cook for like 4 to 6 hours. And so I got up and I did that and then went back to bed. And then I got up by myself and I got ready and I made the taquitos, and then at whatever time, noon or 1 or whatever time it was, I went to my aunt's house and had Christmas with my whole family, and I'm pretty sure that's pretty much where I spent the day. We probably went to the movies because that's usually what we do on Christmas. We usually end up going to the movies and watching the Star Wars movie or whatever movie is out that year that we all really want to see in the last few years. Whatever I'm trying to say. The last few years it has been the Star Wars movies. But this year, obviously, the movie theaters aren't open, so we're not seeing those. All right, now I'm gonna move into the eyes, and this I'm super excited about. I will do a video on these if you guys want to see them, but my husband bought me some Pat McGrath Labs makeup. He bought me an eyeshadow palette, some lip products, and a face palette, a highlight palette. But like I said, I will do a whole video on those, so I'm not going to go through like step by step all the products and any, you know, we're not going to do a product review on it. I'm just going to use them because I'm excited to use them. But look how gorgeous this palette is, you guys. Oh, I guess it would help if I'm holding it the right way, wouldn't it? This palette is beautiful. Of course, it's got the stuff on top of it. But look at these shadows. They're so freaking pretty. I really want to try this gold shades today. Anyways, so I think, yeah, we went to the movies and just had our normal Christmas, but I didn't see his family because he wasn't here. I don't know, it was pretty laid back Christmas as far as I remember. All right, I'm gonna clean off my brush here. What's the next question? On Christmas Eve, what do you leave for Santa? Well, being that I'm grown and Santa doesn't visit me anymore, we don't leave anything for Santa. We used to leave cookies and milk, obviously. I'm going to use this really pretty kind of peachy shade as my crease color. When I was really little or young, we did milk and cookies. And then as I got older, I don't really know that we left as much stuff out. Like, I think it was always just milk. I think we made milk and cookies when I was young. Milk and cookies don't make milk. Just make cookies. But then I think we just started doing like store-bought stuff. But it was always just milk and cookies. We never did anything for the reindeer. I know a lot of people do like carrots for the reindeer and that kind of stuff. And we never did at my house. Let's see. What's your favorite Christmas movie? That's a really hard one. I have like a set of movies I watch every year. I watch like the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen, all three of them every year. I watch, well, now all three Grinches every year. I watch, of course, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and Christmas Story and Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Year Without a Santa Claus. Honestly, Year Without a Santa Claus might be my favorite because that is one I watch on Christmas Eve every year. Like, that is a must-do for me. It's like the one tradition. Polar Express, I love that movie. Arthur Christmas, I love that movie. Like, that is such a hard question. Favorite Christmas movie? I love them all, guys. White Christmas and It's a Wonderful Life are actually kind of newer movies for me to watch. We never really watched them growing up, although, well, my parents probably did. I just never enjoyed them because I was never, I don't know, I didn't like the black and white. Like, even though they're obviously in color now, they've been remastered or whatever. Didn't really like them growing up, but now I watch them and I enjoy them. I'm going to look for a brush here real quick. I want to dip into this pretty dark cranberry shade because it's gorgeous. But I want a brush that is clean. Let's see. What's your favorite Christmas song? Well, it used to be Silver Bells 100%. And now I don't know. I love Silver Bells. I love Carol of the Bells. I love... Oh gosh, what's the song called now? The chestnuts roasting on an open fire. But it has to be by Nat King Cole. It has to be like the right people singing it. And it can't be Silver Bells by John Legend. He kind of ruined that song, to be honest. I'm taking this really dark, kind of purpley color. I think that's just a really pretty, really pretty color. I also like White Christmas, but I think it was Andy Williams sing that song. So like it has to be the right people singing those songs. But I like the more traditional classic Christmas songs are my favorites. I mean, I love like Last Christmas and Under the Christmas Tree and All I Want for Christmas Is You and stuff like that. Like those are great songs. Don't get me wrong. I love those songs, but my favorite Christmas songs are the old classics. Now I'm just taking a blending brush. I'm going to blend the color out because it's kind of a darker color. What do you eat on Christmas Day? Well, I kind of went over that. We kind of eat different stuff. A lot of times it's either tacos or it's like prime rib. Although this year we're doing hot turkey sandwiches. Let's see. What do you have? It's kind of worded weird. What do you have any Christmas Eve traditions? Christmas Eve, like I said, I watch A Year Without a Santa Claus every year on Christmas Eve. And we usually go to my aunt's house. Growing up, my aunt was kind of my babysitter, if you will. She was my daycare. She was my second mom. And my parents both worked jobs that worked on Christmas Eve. And so I would go to her house and spend it with her and my cousins. I'm an only child, if you guys don't know. So I would go to her house, and then my parents would come over when they would get off work, and we would all spend the evening watching movies, playing games, just hanging out, whatever. And so it's kind of become the tradition. When my dad's mom was still alive, we would go out to her house and actually eat dinner there and do Christmas with her. We would open her gifts and stuff, but she passed away when I was in 6th grade, and so then after she passed away, we just continued doing just Christmas Eve at my aunt's house. Let's see. Do you wear Christmas jumpers? I'm guessing those are like pajamas. If so, show us a picture. Christmas jammies? Not really, no. I wear Christmas sweaters. I don't really wear jammies per se. I usually wear a t-shirt and undies to bed. So I don't actually have Christmas pajamas. I just wear a t-shirt. So my jammies, my Christmas stuff is usually like a Christmas sweater. So no. Let's see. In your culture, what date you received gifts? So mostly Christmas is like the main date, but we kind of do gifts throughout because I'm married. It's kind of whatever date we can get together with specific family members. I think I want to go, oh gosh, I'm torn between like these two colors here. Maybe I'll kind of layer them. I think I'm going to start with that, well, kind of put a purpley color down. So actually, you know what? Let's jump into this color over here. It's kind of an in-between color. So let's just use that one. I'm just going to use a brush. So hopefully this is a shadow that works well with a brush. Yeah, Christmas is technically the day that, December 25th, is technically the day that we are supposed to do gift exchange, but because we have multiple families that we meet with every year, it kind of just depends on when we can all get together. So we do some Christmas Eve, we do some Christmas Day. We actually met with my husband's mom and her husband on Sunday this year, just because our work schedules, I think I'm gonna have to use my finger for this. Our work schedules just don't align very well. She works at the hospital and works kind of crazy days, and my husband and I work odd days, so it's just getting together with her is always a little bit of a difficulty, so that was the day that worked best for us. Okay, that's pretty. I do think I want to take the, because I had to use my finger there. I think I want to take my blending brush again. Just to kind of sweep over that line and soften them together a little bit, because it got a little messy. So one thing I hate about using my finger is things don't always stay as clean and precise as I would like them to. Let's see. Show us your Christmas decorations. Well, I can't because this is a sit-down video. Do you like eggnog? I do like eggnog. I haven't had any this year because my husband does not like eggnog, and usually a glass or two is all I really need, especially because it's a lot of calories. I usually don't need to drink the whole thing, so I didn't buy any last year. I think I bought some. I bought like one of those quart size things, and I had a glass or two, and the rest of it I ended up throwing away. And so this year I decided not to buy any. So let's see. Now we're gonna jump into the skin here. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. I've been loving this powder lately. I use the shade, what do I use? Fairlight, I think. Yep, Fairlight. Eggnog is one of those things I feel like people either hate it or they love it. My husband does not like it. My dad does not like it, but my mom and I both like it. Which maybe that's what I should do. Her and I should get together one day and get eggnog and just share some. I should get one of those really little ones. Which I guess if I'm going to buy it, that's what I should do anyways. But I should just buy a little one and share it with her. Which I could do, I guess, because that's where I do my laundry is at her house. So I should just take it over there one day when I'm going to do my laundry. Why didn't I think of this? Before Christmas, before all the stores were closed. Let's see. Have you ever visited the North Pole? No, I have not. Has anybody visited the North Pole? Comment down below if you have ever visited the North Pole, because I'm kind of curious about that. Like, how many people have actually visited the North Pole? What's your favorite gift you've received on Christmas? That's a lot. I've received a lot of really amazing gifts over the years. So I don't know that I can pick one specifically. My husband gave me my promise ring for Christmas years ago, when actually our first Christmas together, he gave me a promise ring. So that was pretty special. I know when I was in middle school, I got my very first iPod. It was an iPod Nano that was like a 2 gig. And because, of course, they didn't have big gigs back then. And I was so excited about that iPod Nano. I'm pretty sure I told everybody. I got a lot of good gifts that year. I remember being so excited. I'm pretty sure I told everyone that that was the best Christmas ever. I don't remember what else we got. I think we maybe got, that may have been the year we got a Wii. But that might not be true. Now I can't remember. It all kind of blurs together. But I got an iPod Nano, and I was so excited about having an iPod Nano, or having an iPod in general. I had, before that, a really cruddy MP3 player that had like held no music, and was really hard to get music onto it. And so anyways, my aunt had this iPod Nano, and I was so excited, and I didn't want to shuffle because the shuffle didn't have a screen. I couldn't select what kind of music I put onto it or anything, or played, shuffles. It just played everything that was on it. And the Nano had the screen. You could select what you want. I was stoked. So, and that stuck out in my mind. So maybe my iPod Nano, but I have received so many wonderful, amazing gifts over the years. I have been very fortunate. I have an amazing, loving, fantastic family, and so it's really hard to pick one specific gift. Have you ever gone Christmas caroling? Yes I have. I was in Girl Scouts from kindergarten all the way through my senior year of high school, and we went Christmas caroling at old folks' homes almost every year, I feel like. Or maybe it was every year. I don't know. We did it a lot of years. Was not my favorite thing to do. Honestly, I didn't like it. You you go into these old folks' homes and you go into like the cafeteria or the rec room, wherever they have all the elderly people sitting in their chairs, and they all just kind of sit there and stare at you. And some years we had a lot of people, and other years there was like 5 of us. And we're not very good singers, let me tell you. We were not good. We did not sound good. And it would sometimes be really awkward. But, you know, it builds character, right? It doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. And then I was also in choir. And in middle school, I don't think we did it in high school, but in middle school, I was in choir 1 year in high school. But in middle school, I was in choir all 3 years. And we did caroling at, I want to say, some old folks' homes and elementary schools. So I've been caroling a lot in my life. Never been door to door through like neighborhoods, however. Let's see. Have you ever built a gingerbread house? Yeah, when I was younger, and I remember that it didn't go well, and my aunt, it was my aunt, my mom, my cousins, and I, and it didn't go well, and my aunt got really mad and upset, and she ended up cussing, and my cousin got really upset that my aunt cussed. Anyways, don't know we built gingerbread houses since. So here's another Pat McGrath palette. This is the highlight palette. Look how freaking stunning these highlights are. They like beam to the gods just in this palette. And they're so freaking bright. I think I'm going to go for this middle shade here. Or maybe I'll mix them. I don't know. I just want to like try them out on my face. Oh my god. Like, they're those highlights that are just so natural looking. Those are beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is beautiful. I know caroling is not, caroling. Got back on the caroling conversation here. Caroling is not a huge thing anymore, like door to door. I know that when my mom grew up that they went caroling in their neighborhood and stuff. But, like, people don't go caroling door to door anymore. But I think it would be fun to do. If you get a big group. If you go with just a few people, like, no thank you. Gingerbread houses. I don't know that I would want to make a gingerbread house from... I've never made them from scratch, for sure. I don't even know that I've ever really made cookies from scratch. Actually, last night on Christmas Eve when I was at my aunt's house, my cousin had already made the dough from scratch, and so all we did was cut out cookies. And I was like, I don't even know if I've actually ever really made cookies from complete scratch. And like cut out the shapes and stuff. And I'd probably, maybe as a kid, but I don't know. Honestly can't remember. Like I said, we may have done it for Santa when I was a kid, but I can't remember. So I don't know. Anyways, I feel like for my Santa cookies, maybe we're always store-bought. I honestly don't remember. Anyways, I know we've never made gingerbread houses from complete scratch. If we did, we bought like the kits and put them together. That highlight though is like beaming to the gods, gorgeous. And it just is so natural and pretty. I love that. What's the next question? Try naming all Santa's reindeer. Well, Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, and, well, of course, Rudolph. That's kind of an easy thing if you think about the song, which doesn't everyone know the song? If you are a Christmas person, then you would know the song, right? Finish the elf quote. Best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. Also knocked my brush cleaner thingy off the desk. I need some blush. So let's grab a blush here. What blush do I want to use is the question. Oh, I pulled this one out, so we're going to use the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the shade Risque. Let's see, what's my next question? Worst present you've ever received? Oh, well, I can think of it right off the top of my head, but I don't really feel like I want to discuss that. I don't know that the person watches my channel or not, so And it wasn't really, it was not a Christmas gift. It was just it was a gift. So it wasn't a Christmas gift. So I don't know if this is the worst present you've ever received. And it was just a present. But I don't really want to talk about it. So we're going to move on from that question. What's your all-time favorite Christmas food? Christmas food? My grandma's potatoes, probably. They're like this cheesy, almost au gratin potato situation. I don't really know how to describe them, but they're amazing, and they're probably my favorite food. My husband grew up in a mashed potato and gravy kind of family, and then, of course, he joined my family, and now he understands, like, he would rather use potatoes than mashed potatoes and gravy on Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever. Like, my grandma's potatoes are, like, just, there's something special and amazing about them, and that I'm in charge of bringing them for this Christmas, and I'm like, guys, I've never made them on my own. I've only made them one other time before, so I'm sorry if they're not good. Sorry, I really tried. Alright. Make a noise to show how excited you are about Christmas. I love Christmas, guys. Christmas is my favorite time of year. I love the holiday. There's just something special about it. I don't know. I love Christmas. Let's see. I'm not going to use this palette. I want to do a liner thingy. I'll just put this back in here. I want to do like a little smudge shadow liner thing, but I don't want to use that color. So I'm going to use my Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette. And let me find a brush really quick. Hold up, y'all. There it is. I'm like, I know what's in here. Just use it the other day. Okay. What's the next question? Is your Christmas tree real or fake? It is fake. And I know to some people that's a disgrace. Honestly, I am fake tree all the way except for the smell. I miss the smell of a real tree. But real trees are messy. Real trees bring spiders in the house. Real trees are expensive every year. Fake trees are only expensive one time, or once every so many years when you have to buy a new one. Our fake trees are it's probably pushing 10 years old, and our lights are starting to go out in it this year. Last year when I plugged it in, it had some strands that were out, or some sections that were out, and so I just shoved a couple strands, or a strand, I guess it was just one, a strand of lights in it. And this year, we've had so many sections of the tree go out. The entire top section, you know how fake trees come in like 3 sections, or at least ours does. The entire top third of our tree is out now. It went out a couple days ago. And so I'm going to have to go out here the next couple of days and find a good deal on a Christmas tree, or maybe buy one on Black Friday next year. I almost bought one this year on Black Friday. Michael's was having a really good deal, and for some reason I chickened out, and now I'm like, I should have done it. But I feel like it's one of those things you need to see them in person, because I am picky about what my trees look like. So I need to go go look in person and see these trees. And I was looking online, so that's really, honestly, probably why I didn't order it. That and the fact that I didn't really, at the time, I was like, your tree's fine. It's got like 1 section out. Or maybe 2 sections. Like, you don't need a tree. You can buy one next year. Like, it's not that necessary at the moment. And then, since then, so much of our tree has gone dark. I'm like, okay, it's becoming an almost necessity now. But anyways, I'm a fake tree person all the way. I do miss the smell of a real tree, but they sell enough candles and wax melts and all that to make up for it now, but I'm okay. I mixed the two. I don't even know if I showed you what shades. I mixed the dark brown shade and the black shade here. on that brush, and I just kind of made a really smoky liner. Now I'm just taking this really fluffy brush and kind of smoking it out even just a little bit more. Okay. Let's see. Have you ever built a snowman? Yes, I have. Not very many. We don't live in an area where it snows a whole lot, but you travel about 45 minutes away out of town and you get to where it snows. So we have had snow here in the past, and on snow days we built snowmen. And we have traveled to the snow and built snowmen. So I have built snowmen in the past. Not that great at it, but we've done it. Let's see. Who cooks the Christmas meals? Well, we are a pretty big family. Not a big family. Try to think how I want to word this. We're big into potluck style. That's what I'm looking for. We do a lot of potluck style stuff in our family. You bring the turkey, you bring the mashed potatoes, you bring the whatever it is we're having. If we're having tacos, you bring the meat, you bring the tortillas, you bring the cheese, lettuce, tomato, you know. It's kind of how we do it. We always just do everything potluck style, so we don't usually have one person do all the cooking. Everybody's kind of in charge of bringing something. So my mom is bringing the turkey, my aunt's bringing the bread, I'm bringing potatoes and a dessert. I think my aunt's also bringing a dessert. We're all just kind of in charge of bringing something. Let's see. What gifts do you want for Christmas this year? Well, I have a list of stuff. Most specifically, I asked for a new duvet and just some small stuff. I mean, there wasn't anything specifically that I was like, I really want this, except for the new duvet. I really needed a new comforter. And comforters are dang expensive, guys. And I really wanted a specific expensive one. So I was like, Mom, would you get this for me? But honestly, I just kind of throughout the year put stuff on my Amazon wish list. And I think then I put that on my Elfster wish list. And that's kind of what I just was like, here's kind of the things I've been into. I had things like a pair of duck boots and some makeup stuff and some home decor and some gift cards and, you know, things like that. There wasn't anything specific that I was like, I really want this. There has been years in the past where I really wanted something specific, but this year I really didn't have anything that I was just like, I really want this. Honestly, the only thing I really want for Christmas is just time with my family. Let's see. Do you prefer giving or receiving gifts? Honestly, I prefer giving gifts. I love shopping, for one. And so shopping for people is like absolutely fun for me. And two, I just love giving people stuff. I love, like I said, I love finding things that aren't on people's lists, but I know that they're going to love. So like, oh no, that was messy. I don't know, I'm excited to give everyone their gifts today. Like, that's what I've been excited for Christmas. It's not, when I was a kid, of course, I was always excited for Christmas because I wanted to get my stuff. I wanted to see what Santa was going to bring me. I wanted to see what my mom and dad got me. I wanted to see what was under the tree. I was really bad at snooping as a kid. My mom, when I was young, used to wrap everything in bags. She didn't wrap stuff in presents until I got older, and I told her that it was more fun to unwrap stuff out of a actual package, out of wrapping paper than out of a bag. But she used to wrap everything in a bag, and so I would go and I would like pull the tissue paper out and look and see what was in the bag. Like, that's how bad I was. Or on Christmas, I would get up in the middle of the night before she and my dad would get up, and I would take my flashlight out into the living room, and I would go and investigate what Santa had brought me. Like, I was terrible. I like to know. But anyways, I prefer giving gifts than receiving gifts. But I mean, I enjoy getting stuff. Don't get me wrong. I like getting new things, but I love giving. What's your favorite thing about Christmas? Honestly, my favorite thing about Christmas is probably sitting in the dark with nothing but the Christmas tree light on, watching movies in the evening, like all month long. That is my favorite thing. What's the next question? Have you ever celebrated Christmas in another culture? Not really, no. I haven't. I've never lived anywhere else other than in my hometown. Don't really know anyone else that celebrates in another culture. So I've never had really the opportunity. Let's see. What makes Christmas special for you? Well, a lot of the things I've mentioned, traditions. Honestly, I'd say traditions is the big one. Doing the things that we do every year. And doing them with my family. Doing them with my loved ones. Let's see. What would be your dream place to spend Christmas? Wherever my family is. But honestly, probably here at home with at my aunt's house or my parents' house, because that's where I've always spent Christmas. So like the 1 year I've spent Christmas not here, we spent it over at the coast, just a few hours away, at my great aunt and uncle's vacation home, which I've never spent Christmas with them. And it was really fun. We had an absolute blast. We had a like 3 hour long, or at least that's how long it felt, I don't know, a couple hour long Nerf gun fight with like 17 people in this house, and we had a blast. But like, it just didn't really feel like Christmas because it just wasn't the usual Christmas place. It wasn't the usual Christmas tradition for us. So I don't know, it was nice and it was fun, and I love getting to spend the Christmas holiday with those people because I never got to spend Christmas with that side of the family before. But it was different, you know, it just wasn't the same. Are you a last minute shopper, or are you organized? Oh, I am organized. Last minute shopping stresses me out. I can't even like last minute wrap. I have to have everything in a list. I have to have it marked off, whether it's been shopped, whether it's been wrapped, whether it's been ordered, whether it's been mailed, where it's at in the mail. Like, I am such an organized Christmas shopper, wrapper, and I could not wait till the last minute. I don't know, our stores have been so busy the last few days, and when I drive by, just thinking about all those people trying to rush around and get stuff stresses me out. For my inner corner highlight that I just threw in, I used the Hot Buttered Rum palette from Too Faced, and I threw in the shade called Whipped Cream. And the lashes I threw on, they were used, and I think they were the ones out of this box from, what is this, Lava Lashes Los Angeles. And I don't know what style these are, to be honest. Let's see. Cruelty free. Premium foam ink lashes. Contains 1 pair, up to 15 uses. Oh, Charm. I think the style is called Charm. I just think these are long and wispy and really, really pretty. And now I'm going to go ahead and throw on a little bit of mascara just to coat my lashes underneath them. Let's see. What's your one Christmas wish? Honestly, my one Christmas wish this year would be for COVID to be over with, so we could go back to a more normal year in 2021. But I know that that won't happen. I know we are far from the end of COVID. I just want people to be able to see their families and their friends like normal. I want to be able to go and sit down in a restaurant and go to the movies again. I want to be able to live my life like we all used to be able to live our lives. That's what I want. I want people to not live in fear, to not have to live in fear of getting sick. I don't know. I just want COVID to go away. That's what I want. Let's see. What's the next question? Oh, that was the end of that one. I have one more, so let's go ahead and go to the other page. I don't think it had near as many questions. That's why I sent myself 2 of them. And now I also have, I was thinking of red lip, but I wore red lip yesterday, and I've got a pretty kind of pinky eye. So let's go ahead, and I got 2 Pat McGrath. What is it? McGrath. It's Pat McGrath with a TH. Lip colors. They are matte trance in the shade 451 Divine Romance and 449 Armoire? I don't know, something like that. Now let's go ahead and scroll down here to the questions real quick. Whoa. I just hate that when you're on a web page. I think these boxes, like, all their packaging has just been absolutely stunning. And I will go over all that, like I said, in a video. But look at this packaging for this lip tube. Like, look at that. So I got this darker pink here. It's very pretty. I think the other one's a little more nude, and that's probably what I'm going to go with. Or I might go with the Kylie lip that I just got, because it's a matte liquid lip and I know it's going to stay on better, even though, because we're going to be eating and stuff today. But these are, yeah, see, this is probably the color I would go with today, because look how gorgeous that nude is. But I do think I'm going to go with the Kylie lip now that I'm thinking about it. All over my finger. Glue, lash glue. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, when you're on a web page and you're scrolling through and then the ads pop up and it like redirects you to a different spot on the page. I hate that. Okay, so this is a Kylie lip kit in the shade Sweater Weather. I got recently from Ulta. It's one of their holiday sets. I got the mini and it was for like $12, super cheap. What's our first question? One way to describe how excited you are for Christmas. Already did that, not gonna do it again. What's the best present you ever received? What's the worst present you ever received? As a kid, did a sibling ever receive a present that you wished was for you? No, because I don't have any siblings. Sing a line from your favorite Christmas song. Well, we already discussed that it's hard for me to pick a Christmas song. And I already sang a line to you. I sang, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Sorry, I'm not a good singer, guys. I was in choir for 4 years, and I don't even know how they let me in, so. Anyways. Just gonna line my lips here real quick. Oh, let's see, what's the next question? Rename a reindeer. Why though? Like, why do you need to rename the reindeer? Their names are already so random. That, like, what would be the point of renaming them? I'd name one of them after me. I'd name one of them Tori. Just kidding. I would not. They're all guys, first of all. Although, Tori can be a boy's name. I guess you don't really know that they're all boys. I just always assumed that they were. I feel like in the movie Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, they're all boys. But they'll have antlers, right? So then they have to be all boys. I don't think that female reindeer have antlers. see, what's the next question? What's your favorite thing about Christmas? Well, I already said it's sitting in the dark with nothing but the tree lights on and watching a Christmas movie with maybe a cup of hot cocoa, because, you know, toasty, cozy, why not? What do you start getting, when do you hello? When do you start getting excited for Christmas? Usually in October. I usually start feeling the Christmas vibes when the weather starts changing and starts getting a little cooler, and that's usually in October. Usually I have to start restraining myself from listening to Christmas music in October, not gonna lie. So that's when I start getting excited, and that's also usually about the time I start doing my Christmas shopping. So yeah, October. I'm gonna go ahead and use the liquid lipstick now. What's the next question? We got a few questions to run through here, so I'm going to finish them up real quick because I'm almost done with my makeup. Excuse me, I just got a tickle in my throat all of a sudden. It's probably because I've been talking nonstop to you guys with no water or anything to drink, and my throat got dry. Usually while I'm doing my makeup, I have like water breaks and whatever, but because we're doing no editing on this, I'm just like going. Let's see, next question is, do you use an advent calendar? Yes, I do. Every year for Christmas, for as long as I can remember, my mom has bought me those chocolate advent calendars, the ones you can buy at like any freaking store that have the cheap chocolate in it. She buys me those, and she still continues to buy them for me. She even buys one for my husband now, and so the two of us, every year, eat those. So yes, I use an advent calendar. Recite one line from your favorite Christmas movie or holiday movie. Let's see. I can't, like I said, I couldn't pick a favorite, but let's see. Recite a line. Woo! Cocoa! I like cocoa! Cocoa is superior refreshment. Comment down below if you know what movie that is from. I won't say it, but cocoa is superior refreshment, guys. Cocoa is amazing, especially if it's got peppermint in it. Which, we got some of these lint truffles. If you guys have ever tried the lint truffles, they're amazing. I was at Walmart the other day. I'm going to spray my face down real quick with the e.l.f. makeup mist and set, because this stuff works really well. Anyways, I was at Walmart the other day, and they had, I think it was called peppermint chocolate or chocolate peppermint cookie, something like that, of their truffles. And I tried it, and they're amazing. And then I was like, you know what, this would be good in hot cocoa. Oh my gosh, drop one of those in your cocoa, and because those chocolates are already like melt in your mouth so good, it melts in the cocoa, and then you have a little bit of cookie crunch in it. It's so good. They melt into your cocoa, and that peppermint from it, it's amazing. So I felt like my face needed just a little bit more of that. Anyways, put one of those, if you like peppermint in your cocoa, buy those and put them in your cocoa. So good. Anyways, let's see. Next question. Share a funny Christmas memory. A funny Christmas memory. I can't think of one right off the top of my head right now. And since I've already been filming for like an hour, and this is non-edited, this is going to be my longest video ever, I'm going to skip that question and move on to the next one. Talk us through your typical Christmas day. I pretty much already did that. Do you have any Christmas traditions? Already did that. Real or fake Christmas tree? Yes. Pictures with Santa? Yay or nay? Share a fave. Christmas pics with Santa. Kids, for kids, yeah, obviously. I think it's cute. Adults? No, that's weird. I remember one time my mom took me when I was in the 5th grade, and I was tall for my age all the way up until like the 6th or 7th grade when all the other kids started growing, and I've always been a chunkier kid. I don't think I've ever really been a skinny kid. So in the 5th grade, I was like 5'2", 5'3", like 100 and, I don't know, 10, 15 pounds. I was a big girl in the 5th grade. You know, what are you in the 5th grade? 10, 11 years old? Are you 11, you think? So I must have been 10 because my birthday is later in the year. My birthday is in April, so later in the school year. Anyways, Mom took me to see Santa, to get pictures with Santa, and I was so embarrassed. I was like, Mom, I am not ready to go see Santa. Like, I did not want to go sit on this man's lap. I felt like a giant compared to all the other kids. Like, it was, yeah, no. But anyways, when you're little, it's cute. Yeah, sure, go for it. Is that the last of the questions? I think that was. All right. Yay. All right, guys. This is my look that I created today. It's not really a Christmassy specific look. Doesn't have a red lip or anything, but I think it's really pretty. It's just kind of a soft whatever look. But I am going to be wearing my Don't Stop Believin' Christmas or Santa sweater that I got from TJ Maxx a couple weeks ago. And I will be wearing my Santa hat. Actually, it's on the other side. It's behind me, so I can't show you guys. It's a really cute Santa hat I got from American Eagle. It's a knitted Santa hat. It's a beanie basically, but it's got the white rim and then it's got a white pom-pom on the top, and it's kind of a slouchy beanie. It's really cute. If you guys want to see a picture of it, actually I'll put it in the thumbnail so you guys can see it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry this video was so long. Like I said, it was supposed to be a live, and that just got wild and crazy and did not work out. So here we are. We are just doing my own thing now, making this unedited, get ready with me, super chit chatty Christmas tag video. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Sorry about all the stumbling over my words. I'm not used to not editing my videos, and I'm running on like 3.5 hours of sleep. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will hope you guys have a really, really wonderful, safe, see, can't even talk, safe and happy Christmas, everybody. Bye.